It's a Naturday night in Seattle. And folks, it's raining. So we got together tonight with a couple of recurring guests, some of our favorite guests of the show of all time, and some of our favorite companions of all time for a very special review. And I am speaking for you and one of the companions. It's a very special review of Natural Lights. Now, how do they do this? Natural Lights for those who like strawberry lemonade and drinking beers. Naturdays beer.
Live from New York,
it's Natural Light!
It smells very, very fruity.
Umami.
Oh, man.
Oh.
That's not beer.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that's fruit juice.
Oh,
Yeah.
man. Oh, man. Oh.
I thought there'd be some beer in it.
Now, with
Oh,
the
no.
opening, I think it would have been funnier to say Naturday Light.
Naturday.
Then
So
Natural Light.
instead of saying live from New York, it's Natural Light. What would
Right.
you have said?
Naturday Night would have been
Naturday
better. I
Night?
agree.
It's Naturday Night.
And that's actually what I said. I said.
I think you're right. Your instincts were right.
All of you said Natural Light, and I said Naturday, and then I bailed and laughed at myself. So
Stick to your guns.
Yeah,
Hi,
you should have talked us
So
off
are
of
we
it.
redoing it or what?
no, we're
Live
Let's
from New
just
York.
go.
Live from New York.
It's
Naturday
Naturday
Night. Naturday Light.
Natural Light?
Naturday Light.
Natural
What?
Light.
shit,
What
I
the
don't
fuck
have the
is this
music
beer
ready.
called? Like, what actually is this called? Naturdays?
It's unclear. I think, yeah.
It's called
Naturdays, I
Naturdays.
think, is what it's
Naturdays,
officially called.
Oh my god, it's very sweet.
Yeah.
Cold
It's
Cans
very,
Nation,
very sweet.
before we go any further, let's
Please.
introduce
A bit of
the foreign
explanation,
voices
perhaps.
you hear on the show.
Wait, do you think
You're used
people?
to
I want people to guess. Can they guess? Like, let's give them a moment to guess.
Guess.
Hi.
A
At
moment
home,
of silence.
Have some integrity. Have some integrity at home and guess, please.
And tell us if you got it right, and tell us if you got it wrong. Nick, you gave me a look when I said it. What did I say? I said you heard some foreign voices on the show. What are you trying
Never
to say?
mind.
Oh man.
I don't know what you're trying to put on.
When I
think-
hear,
I think.
Do you guys need a moment?
No, it's fine.
I'm ready to
Maybe.
have a moment. We have two very special guests on the show.
Yes.
Now, I'll introduce him first since he's been sitting behind the mixer, manning the ones and twos throughout 101 episodes. This is his 102nd episode. Once in a while, we'll pass the mic over. Tonight, we're doing such a thing. Matt Flugger, thank you for joining us on the show again.
Glad to be here. I'm glad that you guys tossed the mic on the other side of the table for once.
We'll do it.
Literally tossed. Just
Right.
threw it to you.
Right.
Yeah,
Yep.
for sure.
And next to Matt, and now if I'm looking, this is counterclockwise to me, to my perspective, next to Matt is sitting, I would say, all-time listener, Cold Cans Nation favorite, recurring guest,
It's true. More appearances.
more appearances than
Do I have
any
the
other
most,
guest.
Do I have the most appearances, even over ZP?
If you would have listened,
Probably, I
Yeah.
think, yeah.
if you would have listened to episode 99, you'd have known.
I listened to episode 9. I had a lot of input. I had ideas for episode 99. Come on. I
Your
listened.
ideas are part of the reason why it was as successful as it was.
It was very successful. Yes.
My wife, Devin Glock, is back on the
Hey.
show.
Hello, everyone.
Yes,
Devin's here.
welcome guests, beloved family members, friends, loved ones, special members of the committee.
Yeah, Nick,
All
what
of
are
the
you
things.
What are you scrolling
I'm buying
through, Nick?
time. I'm trying to see, because Natural Light also has something called a Catalina Lime Mixer,
Oh.
hard seltzer,
Wow.
Oh, I really like that.
which is
I-
cherry and lime, yeah.
I like that.
And so
And
what,
then they also have, and this I think was what Nancy had, is Aloha Beaches.
yes.
Oh.
So, like,
Aloha.
Killing that.
Yeah.
Killing that pun game.
they
Love
really
it.
are.
So we're
These
gonna
were made for Instagram.
before we even talk about this beer, let's jump right into the mailbag since you alluded to it.
I have mailbag too, actually.
Yes, my mother sent me a text a few weeks back. She is enjoying her retirement with my father. They're touring the country, and at one place in Arizona where they are, they got a Natural Light seltzer, Aloha Beaches, what Nick just said, and this is, yes, mango and peach. All they're doing is clever names
Yeah.
for three different seltzers that they
That's not
created.
all they're doing.
Well,
This
sure.
is seltzer?
Yes.
I think it's
Oh.
technically a hard seltzer.
So
Oh.
my mom
What
had
color? I want to
Oh,
pour it
yeah,
out.
we should
Do you
pour
have
it
a-
out.
Can
Go
I
ahead.
pour
It's
it
an
in
empty
your
cup.
water cup, Joy?
Pour one out.
That's what it is, physical or
No, it
athletic
looks
cup.
like beer.
Beer. Oh,
It
yeah.
does,
Yeah.
or like white wine almost. Very light.
I'll just drink.
Oh,
this.
yeah, of course.
It's a very light beer. My mom's review, by the way, of mango and peach was
Here, yeah, let's get a picture of that.
having one of these tonight. Can find them everywhere here. She said.
Can find them everywhere here.
I said, "What's your review?" She said, "Good. I'll buy more. Wouldn't want more than a couple at one time, which is a good thing." So that is good.
Yeah, that is. I think that's fair right off the bat with this one. It's very sweet.
I don't think I'd want more than one.
However, look how.
But I will.
Like, I mean, if there was a can like made for me, Devin Glock, like
Yeah.
this is my color scheme. This is
Yeah,
what
it
I would
is.
like. You put just any light beer in front of me, I'll be like, oh, I want the pink one.
Yeah.
It's very pretty.
Some
It's
flamingos
very
on there.
nicely designed.
Flamingos.
Like a sunset theme.
I
a
still like
gradient going
like
on.
I'm not
Yeah,
quite
yeah.
certain that it
beautiful.
is not just natural light though. Like it's still I
Really?
don't like.
What?
I mean, it says natural light, and then it's like Naturdays, and then there's a disclaimer on the bottom
They
of
have
like what
a
the hell it
branding.
is. Like,
They have a branding challenge. I'll admit that. I had no idea what I was about to drink.
Mm-hmm.
Are you saying even when you taste it, you're not certain it's?
oh no, it's not natural light.
Yeah, okay.
It's not natural light. Not at all. No.
It's not
It
natural.
tastes-
if anything's certain.
It tastes like candy. It
Yeah.
tastes like it almost tastes like a pink Starburst.
Yeah,
Anyone-
that's a
anyone
good
get
comparison.
That? Yeah.
Yeah.
On that topic, I had a Yoplait pink Starburst yogurt the other day.
Oh God, how many?
They make that
how
now.
many grams of sugar was in that?
I don't even know. In the 20s, I believe, in a little 6-ounce cup.
Jesus Christ.
It tastes exactly like the strawberry
so good.
Starburst.
Official
fantastic.
branded
Yeah, yeah.
on both ends.
This is in the QFC.
This is what it's like when worlds collide.
Yeah.
It's Yoplait
Probably all
and
owned by
Starburst.
somebody,
Wow.
Somebody,
right? Like
yeah.
General Mills or some shit.
I'm sure it is. Owned by
But
somebody.
before the mailbag closes up, I got one more to sneak in there. This is from ZP, fan of the show, friend of the show, family of the show. This Wednesday, he said, finally listening to CCC. Joey's comment about Natty Light being the best drinking game beer. Well, I didn't have a problem kicking his ass at beer ball drinking Michelob Golden Ultra and Miller Lite.
Wow.
Yeah.
Throwing shade.
Open that
Wow.
wound, baby.
Why does everybody have to have fighting words all the time?
Because it's more fun.
It is.
Yeah, Zach, my brother, shits on the show. Zach Jabal shits on the show constantly.
All the Zacks
This-
shit
yeah.
on the show.
lot of negative
A
Zach
Zach attack, if you
action.
Wow.
So
God, I'm a
good.
genius.
You're so good.
Now that we're past 100, I'm frankly done with it. I'm not
Yeah?
taking any more shit. And I'll push back and say that, quite frankly, I don't remember that game of beer ball.
That's the most fair argument you could have. Your Honor, I don't remember these events.
Whatsoever.
Most likely
not
true.
recall.
Most
No.
likely true. Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so we're sitting down. It is indeed a Saturday night. We just had a lovely dinner together. Matt, I'll start with you. You haven't been on the show in a while. What have you been up to? What are you excited to talk about?
I'm excited to be back on the show.
Hell
That's
yeah.
fantastic.
It's nice to finally be on this side of the microphone.
Mm.
I've been working a lot. My wife and I got married recently. I think last time I was on the show,
Yay!
we're a few weeks out from the wedding.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I think so.
It's been a while.
It's been a few days.
Been a few days.
Enjoying married life. So
Aw.
Fantastic. And you're planning a big trip coming up? You want-
yeah, we're leaving the Seattle area.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
Yeah,
so
that's
you're
a bummer.
Gonna have to find someone
Got to
else.
hire somebody else. Yeah. You
Yeah.
got any referrals?
Raise your pay, number one, and then maybe I would send a friend your way. And then we're gonna move back
Wow.
to the Midwest. But
Fucking
before
Bernie
that,
bro on the podcast.
Oh, boy.
we're gonna hike the state of California on the PCT.
That's so
So
fucking cool.
cool.
Wonderful.
And you're
Are you
starting.
going to pack any of these puppies along?
I think so.
I will say, if you are in that business, the box of wine that I brought along when we hiked in Zion National Park was the best decision I made that
Yeah,
entire
boxed
weekend.
wine is the most efficient way
Yeah.
to carry alcohol on the trail. Well, outside of hard liquor.
What made it so good?
Mm-hmm.
Why wine versus anything
Well,
else?
part of it was honestly the rest of the group did not do it. They were like, "Oh no, we're not going to get that." And I was like, "I think I'll get it." And then it was in my pack for like 15 miles, and then we get to this spot. We had this beautiful view of a sunset over the valley below,
Wow.
and I popped out the wine, and then suddenly everyone wanted a little sip.
Ooh, can I ask?
Nick's-
Like, what was it? White wine? Was it red wine?
It was white wine.
Okay.
I think
I like need to set the scene a little bit more.
Sure. Yeah.
Like-
It was a very terrible white wine purchased at
okay,
Walmart.
perfect. And it was like
And,
probably like lukewarm.
Boda
I'm
Box had-
guessing.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
It was
good.
lukewarm.
Mhm.
No, Boda Box would be highfalutin for what this wine was, but
And
it
Nick's-
was just so good.
Nick's being too kind. We all brought vodka in plastic bottles, and
Oh.
it turns out vodka and Crystal Light packets fucking sucks.
Wait,
I don't know that I ever even tried that because I was like, that sounds so bad to me.
In my head, I thought it'd be a lot like a Naturday, actually.
Yeah, but no,
Naturday.
it was a nun day.
yeah.
So
So,
none day.
okay, hold on. I have a couple of questions here.
Couple thoughts.
Why did you think that would be all right? Had you ever tried it before you took it out? And why vodka over anything else?
I think vodka because it's generally the universal mixer. It goes well with a lot of things.
Very easy.
Yeah,
Very easy.
yeah. You can disguise that
Base
taste
spirit, yeah.
easier than others.
Okay.
And in college, I would drink vodka lemonades, like
Hell yeah.
bros tend to do.
Yeah.
And in my head, it made sense to use Crystal Light lemonade packets. And maybe I should have.
So
maybe I didn't
like
add enough
my
water.
question, yeah, I was gonna say, did
Yeah.
you added water to? It wasn't just like vodka shots with Crystal Light
No, I
packets
think it
in
was
it.
vodka shots.
It was
with,
vodka
Okay,
and-
so maybe you should have added water.
So we have a
Water source
ratio
is-
problem here.
the water source was like 2 miles away.
I get it.
That's
I
true.
mean,
Yeah, we had to filter all of our own water.
So it was just
That's true.
infused vodka. It wasn't a mixer
Yeah,
at all.
yeah.
Yeah.
Sugar.
Good
infused
Lord.
Yeah,
vodka.
but like fake sugar infused vodka.
Right,
Because
yeah,
Crystal
yeah.
Light isn't,
Right.
Kool-Aid.
Aspartame.
You know,
Right,
yeah.
right.
Okay. Just making sure.
Because I'm counting calories.
Well, of
when you're on the
course. Yeah.
trail.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah,
Keep it
Kool-Aid
absolutely.
would have been interesting.
And you look great. You look great.
Thank you.
And your first few sips of Natural Light Naturdays are treating you.
They're treating me.
Yeah.
They're treating me to a sugary strawberry lemonade
Mhm.
that
Yeah.
may or may not have alcohol.
Is
my
this
initial
made
take.
for like 18-year-old Devin? Is that like who
I
this
think
was made
so.
for?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
They
I
had a
was just
focus
making
group.
sure.
Yeah.
They had
Yeah.
a focus group.
Okay.
But I think that they're going after, of course, the White Claw thing. That's what Bud
Okay,
Light
yeah.
launched. Was that the Super Bowl where they started to launch that ad where they're like, it's
Yeah,
Bud Light
leading up to
Seltzer.
the Super Bowl, yeah.
So Natty Light was already on it with the whole Naturday thing and these other clever branding decisions. But much like White Claw, I don't see the appeal here either. I'm not a huge
Yeah.
fan. This one's way too.
Really?
So you've
This
never
is
liked White
really
Claw?
sweet.
We can talk about that.
Ooh.
I think
Never?
White Claw is
Not ever?
I think White Claw has more applicability than this because this is overly sweet. White Claw is not really. It's like a
Yeah, like I feel like White Claw has its place, like it like on a river. I don't know.
Yeah,
like,
floating down a river.
exactly.
Yeah, like that's where White Claw should belong. Not
yes.
like no one should be ordering White Claw on tap. Like,
No. right.
If
you guys
they have
know
it.
that soy, the restaurant that we love and adore,
Yeah,
has
Thai
fucking
restaurant.
maybe not White Claw, but one of the
Really?
things
I
on
think
tap.
it is White Claw,
I
now
think
that you
it
say it.
is White Claw.
Wow.
Yeah,
They
on
have it
tap.
on draft.
You can buy a pint of that shit.
Oh
Oh my
God.
goodness, yeah, that's
That's
alongside
We've
your
gone
cow
too
soy.
far.
Mm-hmm.
Rein it back,
Of
folks.
course. But it's all from the like people don't want to drink sugar. They want something that's light,
Mhm.
like
Yeah.
it won't fill them up like an IPA or something, whatever, a stout.
Yeah.
Yeah, the sugar thing and it's just like fun to have all these different flavors. It's
Yeah.
all those
Yeah.
things
Yeah.
converging.
That's fair. Yeah.
And it's so
Yeah.
popular right now.
And
Yeah.
that fun factor is down to the title, calling it Naturdays.
Yeah,
I
with
mean,
this.
it's
And the
very
can?
fun.
right.
This can is awesome.
It
Can's
is
a lot of
fucking
fun.
your
It
point.
really
rad.
is.
It's a
beautiful.
rad ass can.
Really is.
Yeah.
It's a gimmick to bring it in.
But Natty Light, which we just did on our 100th episode,
Mhm.
we talked about those sort of ad campaigns they did with paying off student loans. This is like in line with that.
Right,
this is going to be
right.
so popular on college campuses.
This isn't for us.
right.
No. Yeah.
Yeah, it's to your point, Devin. It's marketed to 18-year-old you.
Yeah, for sure. Like, I mean, 18-year-old me could drink normal natty, but
Yeah.
I mean, I would have loved this shit.
Right,
I also
right.
put
No one's
like
doubting that. No
fucking
one's doubting
Svedka into Mountain Dew bottles and was like, yeah, like Svedka Mountain Dew. That's
what you
that's a
should have done on
cocktail.
the,
Mountain Dew, yeah.
God.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
Yeah, good lord. Also, we had chatted about this briefly. Like, we found this with a lot of ease, whereas you guys couldn't find just normal straight up natty light.
It's a
It
great
also
point.
shows you-
It's
It-
insane.
that's fucking crazy.
It
Yeah.
shows you where their head's at. It's where
Yeah.
their marketing's at.
Yeah. They were like, we're going to pull normal natty and then put this shit
You can
i-
only find
on the
Naturdays.
shelves. Oy.
It's scary.
Mine's in the seltzer. Is that fun? It's like mine's in the gutter.
Is it?
But you don't say your mind is in the cellar.
I know.
It's,
It's weak, but it's
but it's
Yeah.
there.
Close.
It's there.
Well,
It's
close.
To be fair, you asked if it's fun.
You're
I'm
one.
with
You're
Matt
one for
on this
three.
one. I
You're
don't
one
think
for
it's
three.
very fun. I'm
Fair.
not having fun
Thank you.
with it. Devin, how have you been? You haven't been on the show in a while.
Yeah.
Anything you want to tell the nation?
I don't know. When is the last time I would have been on the show?
Who could say, really,
I have
to be
no
completely
fucking
honest
clue.
with you?
Like literally no fucking
It-
clue.
And okay, by the way, just putting a pin on Devin's
Yeah.
statement.
You're like, welcome, and shut the fuck up.
I did not say that. I'm just saying Matt's about to reach for a second one for after
Oh,
his.
Yeah,
wow.
Anyone else?
I'll take one too.
Okay.
No, absolutely fucking not. I'm good. I have a lot left of this one.
Lately, you took a dry-ish January. We were
Sort
both
of, yeah,
we were both not drinking during weekdays in January, which
Yeah.
is a
Nice.
pathetic thing to maybe admit out loud.
Yeah.
Uh,
Because sober January is for
admirable.
weaklings, and we do sober
Right.
weekday January.
Well, it's just 'cause we
we're
like to
not
have a-
strong. It's
well,
fine.
we like to crack a bottle of wine on like a Tuesday, so we said for January,
Right,
let's at
right.
least like Sunday through Thursday, just shut that shit down and then
Mm-hmm.
and just have some drinks in the weekend.
Yeah.
So now that it's February again, what were you most excited to get back to drinking?
I don't know. I feel like if it was like February and we lived in Southern California, then probably like white wine on a Tuesday.
Are you guys
Um,
moving?
I mean, maybe,
Don't worry about it.
No. Like summertime.
Everyone's leaving me.
Summertime, I want white wine during the week, but I think weekday drinking, I could like at any point in time, it could be a like hazy IPA or like a very nice red wine
In the
my
winter?
hand,
Yeah.
in the winter time.
In the
yeah.
winter, but in the summer,
Yeah.
you gravitate towards whites.
Then it's Pinot Grigio. Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah.
summertime when
Yes.
weather is fine.
Exactly.
The Pinot Grigio.
All right.
But yeah, so
now
I think
we're having fun.
in the
One for four.
What for? Okay.
in the wintertime here,
In
hazy
the
IPA.
winter time when the winter ain't fine.
Keep going. I want.
No, there's nothing
And
there.
it's
Please
misting and
continue.
it's
Yeah.
fogging and it's rain.
Hey, there we go.
Hey, that was good.
And it's misting and it's fogging and it's rain.
And it's missing.
Misting,
It's
it's
fogging.
fogging,
No, and then you gotta go
Let me
like.
think of
and
something else to say. We're by the high school and I can't see the track today. I can't see the high schoolers running around the track.
Uh-oh.
Oh boy,
Whoa.
that's a separate issue.
Yeah.
My oh my.
You got something you want to get off your chest, Joe?
We live by high school. That's all I'm saying.
Now, this
It's
podcast
foggy a lot
is
in the winter.
admissible in the court of law. just so you
Inadmissible.
know.
Oh, post 100 is admissible? Everything pre 100 was inadmissible?
Yes.
We had to fire the lawyers.
Yes.
That's true. We are flying with no lawyers, as you probably can tell. That's why it's so fucking raw. It's like Leto's Joker, baby.
No, Pattinson's Batman is going to be raw.
I read that.
Raw and unsanitized. Sorry, Devin. So in the winter, what are you drinking?
Oh God.
In
Wow,
the
we're,
winter.
we're
We're back. We
we're
got a long
circling
memory
back.
here on the Cold Cans
I
podcast.
at least want to get your take on Naturdays.
Okay, Naturdays tastes like not even 18-year-old Devin, maybe like 15-year-old Devin would have been like, "Fuck yeah!"
Wow.
I would have like asked.
Admissible in the court of law.
Yeah, I won't throw. Well, I was like, Morgan wouldn't have been old enough to buy me this, but had
Your
Morgan,
sister Morgan.
had my sister Morgan been old enough to buy me this, so that would have been when I was
Wow,
18. I would have been like, Morgan, like get me 100 Naturdays. And I'll be set for the summer.
So,
yeah.
so is this then, is that what this is? This is the Billie Eilish generation's
Oh, yeah.
wine coolers?
I think
Where we were drinking
so.
wine coolers, they're drinking
Like,
this?
It's so cheap though. This was really cheap, right? Who bought this? We all bought this. You bought this. Nick, you bought this.
Company card
It's
bought this.
yeah,
Company
company
card
card.
bought
All that lawyer
But I
money
think-
went towards something.
But I think how many are in there?
Tax
12?
man
12
needs
of them.
12, and it was $10, right? $10.99.
Yeah,
For
that's not
tax
bad.
purposes,
like,
it was
that's-
$150.
Yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot of money. A lot
We
of
had
money
these
for this
flown
beer.
in from Indonesia.
So like, I feel like bang for your buck for like
sure.
sweetness wise, like this is good shit, right? Like,
Sure.
I mean, what? How underage? What did we drink?
What
as
now?
underage?
A lot of underage
Yeah.
talk on this
Yeah, no,
podcast.
I want to know where you're going with this.
Well,
How underage what?
I was gonna say, what did we drink as underage drinkers?
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, like
'Cause we all
for
tried
me,
beer.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
This is a good question.
Yeah.
Because you mentioned Joey,
Yeah.
wine coolers.
Yeah.
That wasn't really my young
No.
thing.
My-
It was like
it
Mike's
wasn't around
Hard
the house.
Lemonade, which
Yeah.
is
Okay.
basically
yeah.
a wine cooler or wine
Yeah,
cooler, but
yeah.
a little bit different.
That's actually how I got in trouble for drinking underage. Is my buddy stole my parents' wine coolers, and that's how I
okay.
found out. Yeah.
Okay.
And when we're talking wine coolers, are those the ones with like the aluminum
Foil,
foil?
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah. Yeah.
Oh God, fuck.
I remember
They only
my
came in-
aunts
curly,
they
digging
came in
curly
those
four
out.
filter.
packs.
If you're out
Yeah,
there,
Yeah.
Ants digging those out of like a big cooler full
Right,
of ice at
right.
family gatherings.
hmm yeah,
And they'd be bright neon
yeah,
colors.
exactly, like pink
bright red.
or
pink.
blue
Yeah.
or like red.
I remember
oh,
a
God.
ruby red one.
Yes,
That was my
yes,
favorite.
yes, absolutely.
Matt, when you
Um,
said trouble, what did you mean? With the law or with parents?
No, my parents.
Okay.
That's how they found out.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Did anybody get an underage here?
Nope.
Mm-mm.
Negative. I was advised to turn the music down and stop drinking, otherwise there would quote be a problem.
Wow.
But
Oh,
I did not get
wow.
an underage.
What-
Yeah.
Nice.
What from like an officer told you that?
Yeah.
Oh
What
wow,
age?
what a nice person.
I was 20.
20.
20. Yep. We were bumping, the three of us playing beer pong in the kitchen at 4 a.m,
Oh boy.
and the officer advised us to turn it down.
And you
Yeah.
were like, yes,
Is
sir.
this in the sophomore slums or where is this?
This was on Breeze Terrace.
oh,
Breeze
okay.
Terrace.
Okay.
4 a.m. is pretty fucking late.
Yeah. Yeah. They knocked on our
Ooh.
back door too.
Oh fuck.
Yeah. We clearly were
Jesus.
pissing off someone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very mad humans were like these assholes. Like
Right.
it's at like 3 they were like, oh maybe they'll quiet down.
Yeah.
And at 4 they were like, fuck these
Enough.
kids. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Joe, do you want to share your underage story?
I got two. I got one when I was 15 years old. That was a little too young.
What can
my
you tell me
parents left.
what you were drinking? Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah. What were you drinking
what
at 15?
were we drinking?
Yeah.
That's a great question. I want to say Mike's Hard Lemonade, but I think there were
Okay.
some beers involved. We weren't drinking much of anything. Like
Yeah.
we didn't like.
Yeah.
I didn't like beer or anything. I was
Yeah.
15 years old. I didn't know what
Mhm.
the fuck I was doing. We were just idiots.
Yeah.
My parents were very mad at me. I know you're listening out there right now. I felt guilty about that. I kind of do to this day. And then I got another one when I was returning home from college. I would say I was 19 or 20 at that point, 19 probably. And we pulled into we had been drinking, and I don't believe the person driving had been drinking, but they pulled into our friend's house, and a cop pulled by, and my drunk friend got out the passenger side seat, shout out to Andrew here, and waved at the cop, which got the cop's attention, which then
Oh fuck.
the cop
Wow.
pulled in
I
and
think
gave
I've
us
heard
an
that part of
underage.
that story.
And yeah, we got one there too. So I have two under my belt.
I have another close call.
Yeah.
Nice.
I didn't actually talk to the officer this time because I was too busy running away quickly.
Uh-huh.
But this was in high school.
What kind of
and-
40 time we talking?
4-4.
Oh,
Flat.
wow.
Yeah. Over a fence, too. I ripped my jeans. But I
Okay.
made sure I didn't drop my wallet, so.
Yeah.
Nice.
Very smart.
Positive
Yeah,
Very
hot
smart.
too. Kind of getting steamy in here.
It was actually
Uh-huh.
in January, so I needed that heart rate to be elevated because it was
Sure.
really cold
Yeah, in Wisconsin.
in
yeah.
Wisconsin.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that's fun.
But you got away.
I
Where
did-
did you
I did.
go when you ran?
I actually ran, so it was a house on the lake, and I ran and hid
Dove in the
under the dock. No, yeah.
Holy
Yeah,
shit,
well, the lake
okay.
was frozen. It was January, so I knew.
Oh,
We had
right.
at least a foot of ice. We were burning Christmas trees on there the week before. So
Jesus
so we knew. We knew it was sturdy. And I realized that in my drunken stupor, I realized my tracks were leading exactly to my position. So I'm like, I can't stay here.
Wow.
So I ran then around the next house and kind of looped back around the
So
front
you-
yard and then walked
You-
actually on the road. I could see the cops
Uh-huh.
in the house I was just at and just kind of like walked like I had every reason to be
right,
on the
like
road
you-
at
yeah, you had every right to
midnight
be there, yeah.
and yeah,
Midnight
found-
where there was a party going on.
Right,
Steps
right.
away. Yeah.
You
people
should
your
be
age.
in the like secret service or something, because I've also heard a story when you were in that crosswalk and the car drove through and you hit the back of their car.
Oh yeah,
And then you tell the story. 'cause it's
I was
similar with your
I was
tactics.
running. Yeah, I do. I tend to just kind of run, and it works out. I was running after work one day, and I had a walk sign to cross the street,
Mhm.
and this guy takes a right turn and almost hits me, and I took a step back, and then had enough time to process what was going on and got angry, so I punched the back quarter panel of his car. Yeah, not my finest moment, and
Sure.
then kept like walking, running, and he whips a U-turn in the street, and I'm like, oh shit, this is not going to end well.
Yeah.
So I ran into a park and just kind of like sprinted actually the way he was traveling, thinking he would expect me to run the other way, and then I took my coat off.
You overthought it. You overthought it.
Yeah.
I love it. No, I love I remember the taking the coat off thing and
yeah.
like disguising yourself.
Oh, that yeah. So the Secret Service.
Right,
yeah.
right. I was wearing a bright orange coat. He took that off.
He had no idea.
no
he would have
clue.
never
No
been
clue.
able to find you.
No.
Looks like
Yeah.
the fucking punk, but he does not want that color.
Right.
Yeah, it's wrapped around his waist. I don't know. I don't think that's him.
He had
He
hair
didn't-
like yours, but
He didn't have it wrapped around his waist. It was on his body. So can't be him. Can't
Got
be
away
him.
with it this
baffled.
time.
He was baffled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do a parable or terrible. We have 3 of them on the
Oh
table.
man. Oh, I'm so excited.
What do you want, Devin? You pick. Which one should we start with?
Peachos.
Okay.
The Peachos.
Peach rings.
Okay.
We have-
Peach rings.
We have
Peach ring.
Kroger's peach rings, fun graphic design.
name brand.
And Nick picked it out. Nick Peach ring
Peach ring.
picked this
Peach
out.
ring. Yeah.
And so I'll give 2 to everyone.
Oh, two.
I
to
want to eat those
everyone.
off the table.
Right.
Let them pick those out of the bag, Joe.
Coronavirus on this
There's
table. I'm certain.
let me get in
I'm
there.
certain.
Nick never trusts what I touch.
I don't trust Joey
Like,
one second.
I was like, who's talking? Who's
Ooh,
eating?
these are nice. Yeah, eat right now. I'll talk about the texture of them. These are very soft.
Speaking of wine coolers,
And the-
these taste like wine coolers.
Do they? Okay. The smell when we opened the bag originally, it was like immediate peach flavor. Now these are naturally and artificially flavored, so that's that bang bang peach.
Yeah.
Now how's it coming down? I want to get in on this. Joey's going for a second, and he's got another one in his hand.
I still have one
Go
in my
for it.
mouth. I will say that much. And I parabled and terribled and did all.
Parabled and terrible. What does
Yeah.
that mean?
I did all the things. I'm trying to talk with this in my mouth. I'm struggling to do so.
We can have dead air. No one's listening.
I'll just chew. That'll fill up some time.
Yeah. Okay. So I just did it. This is an extremely parable combination. Unlike with a beer, a peach ring and a beer wouldn't work at all. Wow. I'm looking diagonally across from me, across the table, and I'm seeing disagreement
Do we have some dissent?
spread thin across Matty F's face.
They're too
Spread thick.
similar.
Spread
It's too
thick.
much
God
of one
damn it.
flavor.
I would say it is. It's
Wasn't
almost like
thin.
you're the same thing as in your mouth. That's
It's
totally.
a slightly peachier version of what I'm drinking.
But that's why I think it like goes well because it's the same fucking thing.
Yeah.
Right, right. So it's based on like how you interpret
If you're at
parable
a-
or terrible. Honestly, I think it's parable.
I think it's parable, and also my
too
interpretation.
much.
When flavors are complex, then I agree they shouldn't be exactly the same thing. When flavors are this bullshit paired with this bullshit, this is like a shitty gimmicky pool party you're at, and this would be a parable.
Right. We just got
Yeah.
different textures
Yeah.
of the same flavor.
Oh,
now
man.
that's fun.
It was very sweet. Very sweet.
Oh, it's so
couple
sweet.
of
Yeah,
drinks
we're
and
gonna be-
Terrible.
bites,
Yeah, it's too much.
You say terrible. Okay.
I got my guts
I think it's
rotten.
parable.
I think parable, but what I think
right, 3
doesn't
to 1. Nom, nom, nom.
matter.
There's something with these. These might be rancid peach rings.
Kroger brand peach rings.
Is there an expiration date on those?
No.
The graphic design on these is great. It's a whale shooting a ring out of his blowhole,
Oh,
and someone's riding it. Like a,
okay.
and
You
and
didn't
the,
have to say it like that.
and the mascots here are
Someone's riding it.
here. I'm going to read about the mascots. It's a little girl with her dog.
Oh boy.
Meet Candy and Lollipop.
Oh, I can't.
Oh, there's a
handle
whole
that one.
backstory.
A girl and her dog who live in a world of candy, a place where sugar-covered creatures jump for joy and candy-coated buildings stand tall. Ugh.
Who's writing this copy?
Can you imagine being a sugar-coated creature
I'll tell you.
in this rain? That sounds so miserable.
You're like a witch at that point.
Nick Petring was not writing this copy because I know he does better work than
It's
this.
bad copy.
Come and join Candy and Lollipop on their sweetest adventure yet as they swim around with a peach ring loving whale. So I don't know where you come and join them. I don't know if this is like a digital short that they
Yeah,
produced.
there's
or
got to
anything.
be a website.
There isn't. So I think you join them by indulging in this sweet treat.
Wow.
Oh, okay. That makes
so you're supposed to
sense.
feel like
That makes
candy
sense.
and lollipop as you eat.
All right,
this.
now we're going to shut the lights off. Everyone close their eyes, and we're going to eat another one and see if you can escape to the Pacific Ocean with Lollipop the whale. Your little girl named Candy. Now imagine you're just swimming along out there in the middle of the ocean. You're Tom Hanks' daughter, who he pushed out of the plane before he crashed in the desert island. You survive the fall. Then a little whale comes swimming up out of the deep blue sea. Now imagine this whale surfaces, shoots something out of its blowhole. You're not sure what, but you're intrigued. All of a sudden, above you, you see a large disc descending.
That looks like a fucking disc.
Then, as it gets closer,
Descending.
as it gets closer, you, Candy, say, "Wow, that's not quite a disc. There's a hole in the middle."
It's a ring.
You say to yourself, "It's a ring." My you say.
Oh.
And then, as fate would have it, this ring fits around your plump body perfectly. And what is it? By golly, it's a human-sized peach ring. And that whale's name is Lollipop.
Who's the whale?
Lollipop comes and
name's Lollipop.
And this has been a radio presentation of Balloon Boy Part 2, Peach Ring Girl.
Acknowledgements and
Wow.
credits go to
Oh,
Nick
man,
Patry for
that's
production.
so good.
Yeah,
So
thank you
good.
for that.
Such
Was pretty
vivid
good.
imagery. Such
And-
vivid imagery.
and
Really
big
good.
shout out to
2 for
Kroger.
5.
Big shout out to Kroger Brands for making that possible. These are characters inspired by the Kroger Cinematic Universe.
Yes.
The KCU.
If we still employed our lawyers, they would ask us to say
Right.
this.
Uh-huh.
If you have
Yeah.
any questions, you call 800-632-6900 or go to www.kroger.com and find out more. All right.
All right.
We made a lot of sponsorship money from Kroger in this episode. Let's go right to the second parable.
Okay.
Now, this
Ooh.
one
Now,
reminds me. Go ahead.
I'm just going to say this one was picked out by
Matty
Mr.
F
Matt
picked
over
this
here.
out. And before I get to what it is, I just want to say that it reminds me of, and it is what you get at the end of a Midwest steakhouse dinner.
Yes.
Mhm.
With the
Yeah, for
bill,
sure.
you get a couple of these. Daddy takes one. You know, there's not enough for everybody to go around, and you
Right.
worry about taking the other one.
Right.
No, but Mom doesn't want one, so Dad gets
Yeah.
2.
I've had enough already, so now Dad's eating 2.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So what these are, and Matt, explain your justification and reasoning for picking this out. These are Andes creme de la menthe thins. These are mint chocolate thins.
The pride of Delavan, Wisconsin.
Wow.
Uh-huh.
Now,
Oh.
whereabouts is Delavan?
It's southeastern Wisconsin, close to the Illinois border.
Oh, okay.
They are from Delavan, Wisconsin. He's completely right.
He knew that when picking them off the
Andes
shelf.
candies did you pick out of that box, Joey?
Yeah, Joey dumped
Yeah,
all
Joey-
of them on
Joey's
the
daddy
a bunch
in
on the floor.
You dropped a bunch on the floor. I see.
A bunch
I
on the floor.
understand.
So I didn't know these did come from Wisconsin. It's cool that they're nationally distributed. It's a little strange that they don't just call themselves mint thins. They call themselves creme de mint thins. They're chocolate, a very thin layer of chocolate, with a very thin layer of mint sandwiched between 2 very thin layers of chocolate. It's what you have at a steakhouse at the end of a dinner. All right.
Now, and your theory on picking these was that sometimes you get a mint lemonade as a beverage, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
So I am curious to see. I can't imagine that this is good with a Naturday, but I like the idea.
I'm going to say something out loud.
Uh-oh.
This is very Pairable.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I think this works extremely well. It feels like a garnish on the top of an Applebee's cocktail. This feels like a mint leaf where you kind of see some brown spots in the leaf. It's not a fresh mint leaf. They got it in a package of mint leaves and they put it in an Applebee's cocktail and it works. I think you're ahead of your time. I think that the other comparison, the Pairable with peach and a very similar flavor was lazy. I take it all back. And I think...
No redos.
That's all
I
I've
have
ever
to
wanted to
say-
hear you say.
I'm sorry, Chef. This is very Pairable for me.
I'm not a huge fan of the chocolate.
Yeah, I get the mint, but
mint
not
is
the
nice.
chocolate part.
Yeah, the chocolate's throwing me a little bit.
Yeah.
But take it as a whole.
As a whole, I'm negative.
The hole's in the
Terrible,
peach rings,
terrible.
my friend.
Yeah. Your body fit through it. Remember the story? Yeah.
Your
Why?
little candy.
What happened where the thing went? I don't really know what happened in your story. Where was she? In what
She's in the
ethereal
ocean.
plane was she existing?
I said she was castaway Tom Hanks's daughter, and he pushed her out of the plane before he crashed.
Understood. So she's just bobbing
She's in
around
the
in the
ocean.
ocean, holding on to anything?
That's why the peach ring appears.
Oh,
Because
it
the
fell down.
whale comes up and blows it out of his blowhole.
Right, because she's holding on to everything.
Understood.
Yeah.
And so there's some metaphorical qualities to it.
Of course. You can't even begin to comprehend the complexity of this story, Joey.
I'm but a simple VO supporter in that story. So, yeah, fine. Thank you for catching me up to speed. This was Pairable to
listeners
me.
get it.
Devin's wrong. Are you guys also wrong or are you right?
I'm right.
It's not Pairable.
I'm right.
It's terrible.
Oh, not Pairable.
Nick
It'd be
says
better.
terrible.
It'd be better without
Terrible.
the chocolate, but I like the combination with the mint.
The chocolate was a little off, Devin. You're all right about that. But the mint worked so well for me that I was
I'll get
Pairable.
Mentos next time.
Oh.
Just
yeah, that'd be better.
That might work.
I mean, I also ate a second Andy's Candies by
Oh,
itself.
nice.
So
Andy's
very-
Candies.
Andy's
That's
Candies.
really what they
Andy's
should
Candies.
call it.
Pairable.
I'm getting some
Nick's sick.
incredibly bad indigestion over here.
He's got
Oh no.
rotten gut. He looks like he's sick. We had a big dinner where we just basically ate appetizers the whole
All
time, and now
fried-
Nick's paying
all
the
fried
price.
appetizers, yeah.
You should have got the grilled cheese, like me.
Yeah, Devin's the only one that got a
that
proper
was
meal.
much
Yeah,
better.
should have gone grilled, not fried. My
yeah,
bad.
exactly.
You had some deviled eggs.
Right. Started off with deviled eggs with
Nice and white.
sauerkraut on top. And then what do we have? Poutine,
Oh
Yeah.
God.
meatballs,
Sloppy Joe
sloppy
meatballs.
Joe meatballs,
Yeah, they were so fucking good.
salty cod fritters,
Cod fritters and vegetable.
Veggie-
Veggie
yeah,
fritters.
vegetable fritters.
Veggie fritters. Which
everything
is just,
fried.
I
Yeah.
didn't- Unclear if they were actually vegetables. in
Right.
those
There might have been
fritters.
one piece of
It
corn.
was sort of a
Yeah.
potato puff or a
Yeah.
piece
Yeah.
of corn,
Yeah.
whatever.
Very strange.
bread
I
puff.
liked it though.
Really good
And-
restaurant.
and-
Great food.
and some good beers. It's fine.
Good beers. And hey, even better company.
Hey,
Joe.
oh,
I'd
that's
argue if I could.
nice. That's nice.
Nick, have we talked about the Mentos bit before?
I don't think
we're
we
gonna do a
have.
Mentos. So it's a guy who goes traveling, and somebody tells him he's got to always bring back mementos, and so he's out there buying Mentos from around the world, and at the end of it, he's got a closet, and he says, "I gotta show you my Mentos." What do you guys think?
I've liked this for many years. I like this bit.
It's gold.
Thank you. I've had that written down for a long time, and we're gonna fill it someday.
Mm-hmm.
And he pulls out, and they're all very similar. This is Memento from,
Right. It's just like slightly different languages. on
Right,
each one.
right.
yeah. This is
I will
Mementos
say,
from
though,
Paris.
In Thailand, I saw some Mentos that were unique. I had not seen them elsewhere.
You brought them back.
like
Yeah, I brought them
flavors?
back. Yeah. There's one called Soda Mix. So it's like
Carbonated?
like fruit. Yeah. Your stomach will blow up. It's like fruity flavors of Mentos, and then there were
Yeah.
also some that were chocolatey
Ooh.
and caramel, like chocolate with caramel interior. Yeah.
To you, those were Mementos.
This is my favorite Mentos from the trip.
They were Mementos.
They make you stroke out.
That's the bit. Yeah. I should stop doing that. You're right.
Should we take this bullet train home? Now, this was
Yes.
canonically described as a, what is it?
Alternative.
This is a malternative. Do we consider this a malternative to the lowest ranked beer in a given tier in the current top 100? Now, the system's very clear, folks. There's no
It's very
room
clear.
for misunderstanding.
No one needs
mama.
to look up the rankings at all.
I will say I
So
listened-
None of us are doing that at all right now.
None of us are. We've
None of us.
memorized it by heart.
Yes, I could recite out all of those if I needed to.
Yes.
In a
and
minute.
if
And
you'd
in a
like, I can
minute,
read 'em all.
I would like.
1 minute. Wow. Yeah. That's
to-
much faster than Joey can do that.
All right, go ahead. Go for
it. Is the timer going
Yes.
right now?
Episode 101 made me feel like I was going insane. Like I was losing my fucking mind with us
That one
trying
was
to
a
come
bit
up
odd.
with this system.
yeah.
However, we have come up with a system, and this does mean so. Basically, what we have to decide is two things. Number one, what tier would this belong in, and if it belongs in any of the tiers. Number two, is it better than the worst beer in that tier? Thus, does it belong in our rankings, or should it just get the boot altogether?
I'm
Is it a
gonna say-
alternative or
This
not?
is a Russian radioactive.
It's as radioactive as
I-
it gets for me.
Yep. I
This shit's
as I
garbage.
know
Right.
all of the rankings, I agree with that.
Come on.
However, I think it might deserve a spot. I know my opinion doesn't
Russian?
fucking matter.
Of course.
Of course, the
Cheers to you,
statute
ZP.
1.25
Yes.
of the Coal Cans Manual
Mhm.
says
I thought you got rid of those lawyers.
it still exists to this day. That was in eternity and perpetuity.
Because I
Come
mean,
see Mementos.
are we gonna? So while you guys, when you guys re-rank these,
Yeah.
do you read the tip to taint of the?
We will read the Russian. Matt, do you also believe they're in Russian reactive? Because I do.
If it's anywhere, that's where
It's
is.
anywhere. Okay,
Yeah.
so let me
Yeah.
read 100 as my wife just put it. Tip to taint. No, I'll read taint to tip.
gonna
Actually,
say-
I'm gonna read.
Tip? Okay.
I'm gonna read 100 up to 93. So 100 is Sparks. 99, Bud Light Chelada. 98, Pura Still. Now, this was spiked still water. 97, Smirnoff Ice. 96, O'Doul's N.A. 95, Not Your Father's Mountain Ale. 94, Palisades Pineapple. And 93, Sierra Vesa. These are all, like, they made my gut roil as I read them.
Do you think there's a Beer Advocate store for Naturdays?
I couldn't find one.
You couldn't find one. It's too new.
Yeah.
Wow.
You guys are cutting edge reviewers.
Now, we do have a couple of NA Beer Advocate choices. Smirnoff Ice was one, and Sparks is the other one. So it shows you the territory that this beer's in. Where
NA
Beer
meaning
Advocate
there was
had-
no Beer Advocate.
it had
Got it.
no entry, yeah.
Not as in
Oh, wait,
non-alcoholic.
maybe there is. Well, I might have just found it.
Ooh.
Nick, do you remember drinking Not Your Father's Mountain Ale?
I remember buying it from the 7-Eleven up the hill.
Didn't you put Cheerio or Apple
Yeah.
Jacks in it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the one that looks like Mountain Dew.
It was so fucking bad.
Okay, you guys are gonna like this.
I can't believe it's 95.
Beer Advocate score. I found one. I don't know why I couldn't find it before.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Natural Light Naturdays. 78
Oh, come on.
or okay.
Come on. That's
Fuck
fucking
off.
horse shit.
Yeah.
Beer Advocate's a bunch of goddamn shills paid by the Democratic institution. It's no different than Obama and his administration, which rained terror upon the United States for 8
no.
years.
Okay, Rod Beer Munch has a decent review.
Read Rod's
He says
review.
2.83 out of 5. He says bought over 100 of these since they came out.
Oh my, oh my.
Haven't even
Rod.
drank a
Market
solid
research.
12 ounce to myself in one sitting. But I usually grab a sip from the ladies out of the rotation.
Oh.
Parenthesis, or in a rare event,
Gross.
Classic
there's
Rod
a
Beer
spot
Munch.
start for someone not in the 1 to 5. I don't know what that means. Anyways, pours a color similar to Del Taco's strawberry lemonade, but like it's a cuvee with natural light. What's a cuvee? C-U-V-E-E? Or cuvee?
Like
Cuvée?
a koozie, like a
A
wine
cou-
cooler?
No.
I don't know what a cuvee is.
Let me.
Someone bang it.
Devin's on the case.
Okay.
Bang it up.
He says-
bang it up.
She says it's not overly sweet, but also seems rife with opportunity to have a bunch of artificial strawberry and lemon nonsense. I say it is overly sweet, actually. I think Rod Beer Munch is wrong.
Yeah, he sounds like a sack of shit.
Mm-hmm.
Devin, did you find out what a cuvee is? Our lead researcher, Devin Glock.
This is very cute. It's a French wine a term that derives from cuvée, meaning vat or tank. Basically, you mix one part of something with 3 parts of another. So it's a mix of beer and lemonade and strawberry, I think, is what
Okay.
I see.
I can.
He is right
get.
about that.
What Rod's getting at? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not. Very vague. The Google is not helpful on that one.
Rod's a moron.
Yeah, he is a fucking moron.
know what he's talking about.
He took the time to review Naturdays on Beer Advocate.
And to say,
Of course he's a
like, all
fucking
his lady
moron.
friends like it. Because he can't drink one himself.
Only the 1 to 5 rotation type,
Yes.
if you know what he means.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which I don't.
What does that mean?
I don't know. I've
Does
Does
no
he
any
idea.
mean?
ideas?
Does he mean when he grades the appearances of the women that he surrounds himself with, which are in abundance, from 1 to 10? Only the 1 to 5s like it. Is that what this fucking guy is saying?
Who the fuck knows? Who the fuck cares?
Rod.
Russian
fuck off.
radioactives. Did we make it? Did we
Rod
make
and
it
Jeff
taint to
Allworth,
tip?
Public
Tip to
Enemies
taint?
1 and 2 of Cold Cans Nation. I did.
Oh, you
yes.
did. Yeah.
So
you ended with Sierra Vesa.
to rehash: Sparks, Bud Light Chelada, Pura Still, Smirnoff Ice, O'Doul's, Not Your Father's Mountain Ale, Palisades Pineapple, and at the top of Russian radioactives at number 93 is Sierra Vesa.
I mean,
I got a spot.
Oh,
I got a
God.
spot.
I have.
Does everybody have a spot? We're gonna 3, 2, 1
yeah,
at
have a spot.
4-way.
Oh God.
4-way, 3, 2, 1.
We're saying the number that we
You'll
should.
say the number out loud. Just kind of say it somewhat slowly so that we
Okay.
can derive it.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
95.
94. I said 95.
I said
Nick.
95.
95.
Wait. So does
I
that
said
mean?
fuck off.
Does that mean?
It's fucking-
okay.
it's
When
not
I
on
said
the list.
94, I meant that. I wanted to replace Not Your Father's Mountain Ale. I wanted to just
So
go
that's-
above 90.
Well,
My father.
actually,
Yeah. So tell.
hey, I'm Rod Beer Munch, and I'm here to say that would actually be the number 95 beer.
Okay, then I say 95 as well.
Really? So wow, we were all aligned except for Matt, who said it
Fuck
doesn't even
off.
belong
Yeah,
on
he
the
doesn't
list.
get it.
So
yeah.
Matt, you're arguing you'd pick a Sparks up before you'd pick up another Naturday.
Have you had Sparks?
I've never had Sparks.
Okay.
Clearly, because
Ooh.
Sparks is a train wreck.
It's pretty bad. It feels like it's acid going down your gullet.
It is worse than this. It's definitively worse than this.
So you think that this is better than Bud Light, Gelada, Pure Still,
Yes,
Smirnoff
yes,
Ice,
yes.
O'Doul's? So I've had O'Doul's, I've had Smirnoff Ice. I wouldn't drink any of them, but I don't want to drink this again either.
I would pick
do
this
think
up over an
Smirnoff
O'Doul's.
Ice needs a re-rank, but that's for a future episode.
You prefer
Should
it?
be higher. Wow. But this, I think we have it at a good spot, 95.
95 it is. We've decided on it. Devin, Matt, thank you again for joining us. I hope you have you back soon. It was truly an honor and a pleasure to have you in the studio.
Cheers.
Matt?
That's all we got. Yeah. Sign off, my friend.
Cheers.
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 Naturday, Naturday,
Naturday, Naturday, Naturdays, 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 Naturdays.